Hey, my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous souls. Today we're doing Cancer and fire signs, twin flame separation. So if one of these fire signs is your twin flame and you're in separation, it could be soul connection as well. I will leave timestamps for each one. We're going to discuss separation, sort of energies, and divine masculine and divine feminine feelings and emotions. We'll talk about relationship, sort of strengths and things like that. Part of the connection, the contract. We'll talk about ways to sort of heal. We'll pull lots of good things in today. So make sure you watch each message in its entirety, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And Cancer and Aries. Let's get into this connection. Cancer and Aries. Let's talk about sort of energies leading up to separation. All right. So with Cancer, I feel like Cancer feels like this felt like just a lot of work, or they really kind of like bust their ass is what I'm getting. I feel like they bust their ass at work, in life, just in general, and they're kind of feeling a little bit tired and a little bit strung out about it, mundane, like they're kind of just like really fed up and sick of it. So I feel like that might have been a little bit before the separation period, because I get that this is like a little bit more past tense, but I feel like this is how they're also feeling now. All right. I also feel like there's some inadequacy here. They feel like they're not good enough. They feel like they're not good enough to like go on, or they feel like they're not good enough for you. Yeah, I also feel like they feel left out in the cold. They could just have an issue with sort of wanting and needing your attention. That might have been what did this. I also feel like they're the type of person that does not ask for help. And they sort of make things worse for themselves, or they dread the worst, or they can't get out of their head about it's the worst. But in this particular union, they feel completely left out in the cold. They feel very tired and betrayed and sad and beaten down. And there might even be issues with sort of money issues and poverty issues. And all they do is think about their twin. I feel like in the past, everything that they did for you. And I feel like they would still do this. They also look to their twin for healing. Something about this union is healing. And this is definitely twin flame. Okay. I feel like there is a sense that Cancer heals Aries, Aries heals Cancer, but more so Cancer needs the healing. They need healing of their past, of their emotions. They need to learn how to express themselves better. I feel like they need to let go of the past. There's also stuff there that I feel like they feel like a poor me mentality from the past, okay? Or more like a sadness for their past, okay? And it's exhausting them. It exhausts them. Wow. So I feel like Aries might have a little bit of an aggressive nature or energy here, okay? I feel like there was a lot of arguments or fighting. I also feel like Aries does not take any shit, and they say what they say, and they really don't care who they hurt in the process. And they're more about getting it off their chest, and their explosions are short-lived, but I feel like they do a lot of damage. And I feel like Cancer can't handle that. Look we're getting fighting. So fighting could be why. Aries is a fighter by nature. Okay. They're a fighter by nature. They are very strong. I feel like they kind of feel like they're in competition, or they felt like they were in competition for Cancer's attention. I feel like they also feel attacked sometimes by Cancer, and it triggers them. It triggers old wounds or old anger wounds, or Aries was attacked in the past, or made to feel like they were inadequate or not enough, or they always had to fight to be heard. So when they feel like they're not being heard, they lash out with anger. And I feel like that caused this separation here. And I do feel like Cancer may have been trying to help Aries with this, but I feel like they were so caught up on a lot of their own past issues and a lot of their own inadequacies and sadnesses that they couldn't get out of their own head about it. So let's get one more here. Yeah, and we've got ups and downs, but a little bit of a turn for the better. So I feel like this is also fate and destiny. I feel like fate and destiny also for Aries to sort of overcome some of these anger issues, or to better identify triggers. So let's get into sort of the shadows of this. What are you mirroring? This is my Mirror of Shadows Oracle. So let's see. Mirroring is very painful. Okay, so let's see. Aries. Fear of change. I have a habit of getting stuck in my own way. Yeah, and Aries can be a little stubborn when it comes to change. Aries is a very progressive energy, so if they get stuck, there's something else going on, okay? There's some other kind of feeling like they're tied down to something, or they feel like, they can't betray somebody, or there's something that's holding them back. So something is sort of holding Aries back from making these changes. It might be that they need closure with someone from the past or something from the past and they haven't been able to get it. Or they're just fearful of change because they think change might be worse than what they're experiencing. They have some doubts, is what I'm feeling. And stubbornness. I only hear what I want to. Yeah, so Aries could have some issues with, sort of opening up and listening to other people's opinions of what would help them or make them, sort of feel better, or suggestions. I feel like they're very worried of looking like they're like a scared lamb or a little mouse. There's something about that. They might have been put down in the past, and that has made them feel this way. So let's see about Cancer. Fear of commitment. I'm scared to lose my freedom. Wow, that's kind of strange for Cancer energy. And I feel like when this says lose my freedom, I don't feel like it means that they don't want to be unfaithful or like anything like that. I feel like this means that they want to be free to feel how they want to feel when they want to feel it. They want to be free to just disappear when they feel like disappearing and needing time for themselves and not explaining to anybody. I feel like they don't understand the full value of what commitment means in a relationship. And don't take that the wrong way. Take it as what I said. That's like the fear of not being able to go to bed at whatever time, or go watch movies, or play video games, or go fishing, or go golfing. It's that fear is what I'm feeling. So let's see. Yeah, we've got irresponsible. I fear failure and I choose not to try. So it could be that they're irresponsible, not in the sense where they don't do what they're supposed to, but irresponsible on their self. When it comes to setting goals or making plans for themselves, they're fearful of that. They're fearful it's not going to work out, or something's going to go wrong, or the other shoe is going to drop. So irresponsible in a sense to their own self is what I'm getting. All right. So let's look at some energies that are surrounding this connection as well. And then we'll talk about the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Healing. There it is. I said it. There's an energy of healing that you bring into one another. You might have to do some self-healing first, and then the real healing will begin. It could also be that the healing started and it separated you because it was so painful to look at these things. So divine feminine. Let's see what we're getting for the divine feminine. So we've got head above water. So she's feeling a little like she's drowning in her everyday life. I feel like she also feels like she's drowning without the love and support of her twin. Let's see what else we're getting here. You're not meant to know. So there's something that divine feminine is not meant to know at this time. It could be secrets of the past that have to do with the divine masculine. It could be some things that you're better off not knowing. If there's some hang-ups about whys, or why, or some lies, or some people from the past that hurt you, you're not really meant to know. It might be more painful to know. And we're getting rejuvenate. So taking some time for yourself. I feel like Aries is always sort of under the gun, and we're always running, and we forget to take care of ourselves. We forget to stop and sort of, take that break we need. So divine masculine. Oh, we got two at a time. We've got repressed. So they have some repressed feelings and repressed energy, and we've got freedom. They feel like they're trapped. They might be feeling trapped. They might be feeling like they miss their freedom, able to do and say whatever they wanted when they wanted, and no obligations to anybody. And look, fear of commitment. Again, can you believe this? I can't believe it. So there's a sense of fear of commitment. I don't know if they feel like Aries is too controlling. I don't know if they feel like they don't know if they can commit long term. I don't know if they're afraid to commit because they've seen divorce and they've seen breakups, or they've been hurt before. There's a real big issue with that because it came out twice. Okay, so let's see from this the relationships oracle, sacred geometry. What are we getting here for this? Oh my, come on. You can't make this up. Commitment. The frequency of commitment supports our ability to devote ourselves in all aspects of our being with unwavering belief. You see what I mean? Commitment also has to do with opening up. Commitment also has to do with sharing and shedding the past. Commitment also has to do with being committed, whether it's good or bad or ugly or beautiful or otherwise. I feel like these two have an issue with communication. They have an issue with the full commitments. Committing means getting over anger issues and doing everything you can to do that, going for therapy or getting help. Same thing for the divine masculine. So if the divine masculine is refusing to see things or refusing help, they're both in sort of like this stuck, stubborn energy. It's not going to give them the full commitments that they want from each other. They can't commit to doing what they need to do for themselves. They're not going to commit to each other all the way anyway. So let's get a psychic tarot for the heart card to sort of tie this up. Challenging times. Wow. So listen, we're in challenging times as it is in the world. I feel like that might be keeping these guys apart here too, or making strain on them in some ways. But this is sort of about being guarded, having your guards up. So it might be letting those guards down. I also feel like this is sort of a halfway point. So there is some work being done and some work that will be done, but there's a lot sort of to go is what I'm feeling from spirit here. But this is true twin flame, and it is not easy, and it definitely needs some time and some work. I hope that this was helpful, guys. Please let me know what you think. Let's get into the next set of cards, and we're going to do Cancer and Sagittarius. So Cancer and Sagittarius. Now this is one that's sort of like I almost want to say like an opposites attract, if that makes any sense. I also feel like it would be very passionate, okay? Sensual from Cancer, and sort of real passionate and fiery from Sagittarius. So let's get into this. Let's see sort of what's going on here, these two. So I feel like Cancer is very stable, very secure, definitely wants to, keep things very, traditional, and they save their money and they work really hard. I feel like something may have ended with them with their job or their career or something, that interrupted sort of their stability. I kind of feel like this means the separation part. Yeah, wow. All right. So we're getting sort of a temptation energy, a lustful energy, sort of like very sexual. I also feel like this is codependent. This is sort of like fearing commitment possibly. There's sort of like bondage, I feel like. And definitely some energy that needs to be shed light upon. Like if you are in an energy of negativity, it needs to be shed light upon, like to sort of bring out more positivity. Oh, wow. So I feel like Sagittarius energy, they're definitely feeling it for Cancer. I feel like this opened up a new emotional way sort of for Sagittarius. Like they might have not been emotional and now they are. They definitely have an emotional connection. Yeah, I feel like there was an issue with travel. Was there an issue with travel to see one another, or moving away? I also feel like in a weird way, Sagittarius really can't move past this. They feel like they don't want to go, or they don't want to maybe be away from them. Or was it that Cancer was going to move and that, they needed to sort of make a decision? There's definitely a pause here. There's definitely like sort of a little bit of a stagnation, but they're not letting go of this connection, this love, this feeling, this romance that they feel. Yeah, they think the world of Cancer. So I don't know, was somebody tempted here? Was there a temptation? Was there like a cheating and infidelity? Was there something here with that? I don't know, but I feel like there's a sense that the two of these people coming together healed is a powerhouse, but not unhealed is sort of like there's issues, like past issues is what I'm getting. Okay. So let's hear from the divine masculine in this connection. Let's see what the divine masculine's energy is. Hiding things. Wow. So they might be not 100% honest with you, or they might have not been all the way open or 100% open with you when they needed to be. It could also be that they were hiding things, like, shady things. Look within. So they don't usually use their intuition. Spirit is trying to address that. And look, we've got some anger issues. So they could be angry about things from the past. They could be angry about losing this connection here. I'm getting anger from the past. That's what I'm feeling more. So they've got some hidden anger is what I feel like. And they telling us, look within, look within. Let's get from the divine feminine. We've got deeply rooted. So some of her issues are deeply rooted. Let's see what else we're getting. Communication. Now, somebody might have ghosted or been ghosted. I feel like there was like a drop in communication. I feel like there was like a turning away or dropping in communication. But it's like this insane need to try to talk again. This insane need to fix this, to speak, to get things off your chests. Give yourself peace. Wow. So spirit might be like, this might not be the time of communication. It might be for you to do the self-work. And that's why, there's like frustrated communication is like what I'm getting. Plus we're in Mercury retrograde, which lasts until the middle of July. So let's get some soul lessons. Soul lessons for the two of these people. Look, to overcome pride and learn about empathy. So maybe pride and lack of empathy were a problem here in this connection. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to swallow pride. Pride is part of ego, and ego is part of what was hurt about us. It's like our mask. So let's see some energy that's being carried over this connection. We've got confusion, needing clarity. And look, we've got anxiety, excess worry, like you're afraid you might not be able to connect again. I feel like you will. It's just not the right time is what I'm hearing from spirit. So I do feel like when it happens, it's going to happen very quickly. And I feel like you will be anxious about it. I still feel like there's going to be some anxiety and confusion on both your parts because this connection is very, very intense. So I feel like try to calm yourself in separation is what I'm hearing from spirit. Work on like the calm yourself. So let's see something from the relationship oracle about this connection. Let's see what we're getting. These are big cards. So we've got joy. The energy of joy attracts our feelings, activates our feelings of happiness and well-being, and supports a high vibrational frequency. So I feel like this is all about making yourselves happy and raising your vibrations so you can come back together in the highest possible energy, the best, most beneficial possible energy that will help you out. Okay? So let's do a psychic tarot for the heart card, sort of to tie this up. Look, we've got open up. Wow. So this is about finding stability with opening up with one another. I feel like you can't have full stability unless you're fully open. It's not easy to talk about things from the past or admit things from the past, but I feel like spirit's like, you got to be open with each other. You got to really say what you want. You got to really lay it all out on the table when you have this opportunity to speak. Because I feel like you can have structure and you can have it in this connection. But these energies right now are so heavy that they need to be worked out. And that's going to take some time. I hope that this was helpful, guys. Please let me know what you think. Let's get on to Cancer and Leo. This is another, very hot connection. I'm going to say it's a very hot connection. So let's get into this. Let's see what was going on sort of leading up to separation in this connection. So I feel like Cancer maybe made an ultimatum of some type or said, I feel like they almost were like, I'm going to leave. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to walk away from this. I feel like these two are definitely a good partnership. Yeah, I feel like Cancer sort of made I feel like Cancer made the decision to go. I also feel like they're like, if you love something, it's going to come back to you. I feel like they also released a lot in this, but they're definitely waiting for Leo to return. I feel like they made plans together, some sort of plans together, if that makes any sense. Like they were planning, they were sharing, they wanted like the same things. Let's see. Oh yeah, we've got sort of a big blowout or arguing or fighting. So Leo might have been doing some fighting. We got this with Aries energy, fire sign energy. This is fire sign energy. Don't mess with me. Don't push my buttons. I'm going to blow. And I feel like that's what happened. I feel like Leo could be like that, also like verbal and hurtful with words. I feel like there was arguments, fussing, fighting, sort of like big blowouts maybe, or one big blowout. I also feel like there was something very shocking that happened. Like shocking that shook the foundation, shocking that was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. That's what I'm getting, I'm feeling with the Leo energy. And look, I feel like it had to do with commitment or something about commitment or commitment from the past. And then maybe, you know, Cancer didn't want it or they did want it. I feel like there was a lot of back and forth with this. But Leo is very traditional. They're like, I want traditional. I want somebody to commit to me. I want to, you know, I want to maybe be married. I want all that. But I also feel like Leo is supposed to be learning a life lesson from this, or some type of a lesson here with this. It could be with anger. It could be with, you know, something like that. So let's see what else we're getting here. And then we'll sort of go into soul lessons. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like Leo is getting a grip on things, which is really good. I also feel like they're very like majestic and they can like kind of fix anything. I feel like they can heal really well and they have a really healing energy. They're definitely on the right track to what they need to do. So let's get some soul lessons out here. Let's see what some soul lessons are. All right, we've got self-sabotage and then we've got to experience emotions. So yeah, I mean, this is a very emotional connection. But it could be to get a better handle on emotions. And it could also be self-sabotage, could be what you do to sort of, you know, avoid something. Let's see something else. We've got vulnerability. Yeah. So nobody wants to feel or be sort of vulnerable, but it does happen. And certainly with our twin. And that brings us to the mirror. So this is my Mirror Shadows Oracle. So let's see what you were mirroring to each other. And the mirror is kind of hard to look in. Very, very painful. So for Leo, we've got unauthentic. In the past, I tried to be what others wanted me to be. So that could be like this transformative energy. I can transform into anything anybody needs me to be. So I feel like there's a sense of knowing who you are now, and you never did, if that makes any sense. Like you're coming into an energy where you're like, I know who I am now. And I struggle with that my whole life because I did try to like be what other people wanted me to be. I tried to be the nurturer. I tried to be the tough guy. I tried to be this. I tried to be that. And Spirit's like, now you know who you are. And you're actually going to that. And you're transforming to that person. Let's see what else. Emotionally detached. Life has thickened my skin. Yeah, sure. If you've been hurt or you've been invalidated a bunch of times, that's definitely going to thicken your skin. So those are some things that your twin mirrored to you. So let's see for Cancer. Helplessness. I never learned to be self-sufficient. Wow. So they never really learned how to do for themselves or be for themselves or cope. Let's see what else. Uncertainty. I don't know what I want out of life yet. So that can make a lot of confusion here in a union like this of twin flame. I feel like these mirrors were activated the second you saw each other. I feel like you were like, this connection is so different. This connection is the... I feel like even if you were like agitated, I feel like whatever you were agitated over that they mirrored to you was the major thing that needed healing, if that makes any sense. So Divine Feminine, we've got some perseverance. So learning perseverance and being in that energy to know that you can make it through. Let's see what else we're getting. Reaching limits. We got this for another reading. This is really interesting that Divine Feminine is in this energy. Fed up, wanting change, wanting it so badly, wanting to face those fears. That's energy coming in for that. Look, and waiting. So Divine Feminine is still waiting for that connection. They're waiting for it. They're needing it. But they don't know if they can reach out. I feel like they got the light on. You know, they're like, you can come when you're ready. I'm here. Let's see what the Divine Masculine is saying. We've got fear of commitment. This keeps coming up for the Divine Masculine. So fear of commitment doesn't necessarily mean not going to commit and not be faithful. I think it means that there's a lot of commitments when you're in a committed relationship or a marriage or an engagement or a long-term relationship. You have to commit to everything, the good and the bad, the ugly, the sad, the good, all of that. You have to commit to, you know, are you going to put up with somebody's crap sometimes? Yes, if you love them, you will. Are you going to commit to ups and downs? Because that happens in every relationship. It's deeper than physical connection commitment, okay? There's more involved than that. Destructive ego. So it could be that Divine Masculine needs to work on that ego. That ego is falling away because I feel like there is a sense of self that they've never had before. But the ego thing, there could be like teeny little negative traits in that ego that sort of interfere a lot in connections, deep connections. Look, under pressure. So they feel pressured in their changes is what I'm getting. Let's see from this oracle. This is the relationship oracle, sacred I can't even say that word. Sacred geometry oracle. Let's see. Look, originality. The frequency of originality supports our capacity to be unique and original creators of unlimited possibilities. I feel like you need to create your own happiness. You have to sort of imagine this relationship going phenomenally and imagine each other healing, if that's possible for you to do. I feel like if you start to put that energy into that, it really isn't your attitude, it's your aptitude sort of to go forward and be determined to make these changes, to be better people, to have better understanding of your hearts and your emotions and your decisions and choices. I feel like this is about identity and realizing who you really are and accepting that and being okay with that. Bruised or broken, good or bad, healthy or otherwise. I hope this was helpful, guys. Please let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all on the next reading. Love and light.